Imagining a world where you have that much adjustability, I think, is peace of mind, for your physios and occupational therapists, as well as just yourself, and being able to have a chair that would last a lifetime. I mean, my old chair is 5 years old, and I probably would have had to look at getting a new chair and go through that same process again, whereas now I'm not so worried and can make those adjustments. So I think that's a game changer in the world of wheelchairs. Skeptical, yes. I've never had a carbon chair. I just think there's like this weird bad rap that carbon breaks usually. Maybe more so with like different components, like backrest carbon I've heard has broke a lot. So it was interesting when Christian talked a little bit more about like what went into the design of our carbon chairs, as well as seeing all the testing in-house. That was pretty much a game changer for me, and realizing that I could trust this and know that it's gonna hold up to our lifestyle. There's a couple, I would say. One is kind of going towards the frame and how that's designed. Don't really know what that's gonna do to my everyday. It's actually been proven quite positive in my lifestyle. The old chair, it's like banging up against cupboards, just like getting in the way of my transfers, whereas this wing, there's just a lot more maneuverability with it and not having to worry about that. How am I gonna transfer if I rely on that? And because of our transfer handles, that's kind of been solved, and I don't really rely on that anymore. It's just kind of a different way of going about in our everyday. And then the second would probably be the removable seat. It was never an option before, so figuring out like where those use cases come into play. So going out riding with friends and shuttling now is a lot easier because I can just kind of throw my chair into 2 pieces. Or the video we did recently with a bunch of us in wheelchairs going for an Uber definitely wouldn't have been possible. For me, I think it's like once you're in the chair and you realize that it is fit for you for life and you have that adjustability, it kind of takes away from being so stressed about the exact sizing, to be able to like feel confident in what you're ordering and that it will work for your case, whether you have to make those adjustments at the beginning and then kind of changing that as you go through life. So I've been playing a lot with my sizing and being able to figure out what kind of degree I want to be at, and then also having the width adjustability, the backrest adjustability. Those things have all been huge, and obviously with my old chair, I had to have those specs down to a T, and I don't think they totally work, but now I don't have to worry about that. I'm kind of on the cusp between a medium frame and a small frame. We've had to make some adjustments, so I've played around with my angle, which has been nice. So playing around with that, and then the seat moving forward and back we've been playing a bit with. So I found that sitting further back has allowed me to actually get a little lower. Also playing with the axle plugs, having those 3 options has been great to play around with my balance and center of gravity. Different back rests we've been playing around with, because I have some of those options. I can see kind of what works for me. And now having the adjustable backrest also is something that I'm always constantly every day making an adjustment to, which has been nice because it's never been a feature that we've had the option or luxury to have. I think with the foot plate, I was a bit skeptical on whether my feet would actually stay on, and I haven't had any issues actually. So that's something that's been pretty surprising, that I thought I would miss this kind of foot plate change, and not the case. I think it's just like a mixture of both, like having the grip tape, also being seated properly and having the adjustability to get me in that spot. My legs kind of sit fairly nice, and then I have a bit of an adjustable cushion, so having that adjustability has helped kind of get my feet in place. And then also considering we can also do footrest spacers, so that might be something I add in the future to raise up my knees a bit and have my feet a little more planted and a little more solid to that foot plate.